We
So
out
this
here
is how
on
it
Stone
started.
Mountain.
We just started. Getting it done, getting it done. All right, y'all. Peace out. So, Facebook. So, it is Sunday, September 14th. But when you see the video, I'm not sure when it's going to be. But I just wanted to tell you all about my Stone Mountain trip. And I wanted to go Facebook Live, but I can't get into my account. And we're going to go through everything that I've gone through over the last like 24 to 36 hours. So yesterday I had a retreat on Stone Mountain. It was absolutely amazing. I had two other girls there with me, and the vibe there was so like full of love. And everyone was happy. Everyone was friendly. It was so welcoming and so inviting, and it was just amazing. Like it was amazing. There was quite a few people out there. Every time I go, there's quite a few people out there. Yeah, it was really nice. Lots of eye candy, a lot of things, and a lot of things going on. So we started walking or whatever, like up the mountain, and I took a video of me walking up the mountain. And then we stopped a couple times because the girls that I was with, this was their first time on Stone Mountain. It was my third time. So I kind of knew the ropes a little bit and everything like that. So, we were stopping because they were tired. They were like, we just need like a little break or whatever. So we would stop. And one of those stops that we made, I lost my cell phone. But I didn't realize I lost my cell phone till I was at the top of the mountain, like literally chilling and relaxing. And I love going to Stone Mountain. It has like a certain energy about it. And I like literally for the first time this time, I literally took my shoes off and put my feet on the mountain to like ground. It was just so amazing. And one of the girls, she was just like, give me a minute, so she stayed like a little bit below us. She didn't go like up to the top with us. But she said eventually she did get to the top, but we never saw her up there, so I don't know. She said she has pictures and all the things. So when I was at the top is when I discovered, oh, hey, I don't have my phone. But I was like, you know what, it's fine. And the first thing I said was, I'll probably find it when we get to the bottom of the mountain, or it could just be a release for me to get a new phone. And so I just didn't worry about it. I prayed over the world. I gave the world love, and I prayed over my friend that was at the top with me. And maybe it was just a moment for us. I'm not sure, but we were at the top, and I prayed over her, and we wrote in our journals like the life that we desire and all the things. And then um, I was just like doing breath work with her and just being in stillness and being in silence. I like laid out on the mountain. I lit an incense. I had my sound. Ooh, let me show you guys my sound bowl. Hold on. So yeah, I like had my sound bowl. I just got my sound bowl, so I'm still learning how to use it, but I like love it, but I like have to. So I was like, and like one lady was like, the sounds are so beautiful. So I was like giving all of the vibes to the mountain, and it was amazing. So we did that, and then we're going back down the mountain. So we're going back down the mountain, and the other woman that was with us, she had already left us. She had already started going back down the mountain. So me and my other friend, we're going down the mountain, and we're looking. She's calling my phone and calling my phone and calling my phone all the way down the mountain. Then we have to walk to our car. Our car is far because we parked at a police station because they have like parking over there, but it's limited. It's very limited. So we parked at the police station, which you have to actually go through a walking trail. It's a minute to get to the actual mountain from where we were parked. So got there, and then I'm like, well, let me see how much money's in my account and all this stuff. And so I was like, you know what, I need to go find my phone because I had a problem getting into Wells Fargo. I was trying to use my friend's phone to kind of look at my account and all kinds of stuff. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find my phone. So yeah, I hiked Stone Mountain twice in one day, 2 times. It's I go back. I'm like, hey, can the other girl take you home? So I'm gonna go back to the mountain. And I was like, maybe I'm just supposed to like take this by myself, you know. Like I had my time with one of my friends, and maybe that was just specific for her. And I was like, maybe this time will be for myself. And obviously, I'm looking for my phone as I'm going back up the mountain. So I'm looking, and the people that saw me leaving, they're like, you're coming back, you're coming back. And I'm like, well, it's not like I was just, you know, being a superwoman. It's like I lost my phone, so I have to come back. So I went all the way to the top of the mountain again and didn't see my phone. But this time on the top of the mountain, I left an offering of incense there. I did my sound bowl again. I did stretching. It was just so beautiful. I saw this man carrying a cross. So many um, so many just signs, and I just knew it was from God for me. As I was going up the mountain, there was this little Asian kid. His name is Josiah. Josiah means God is healing, and it's also my youngest son's name. So I'm like, oh, and they're literally a man carrying his cross. And because I went up there to kind of like, this was my coming out to Source, my coming out to saying, I belong to you. And we're locked in forever, forever. And so it was kind of like me and Source had this time, and like literally like laid out. The sun was hitting me. He's like, see, I got a little bit of a tan. Like, you know, I'm already chocolate, but this is like a sun-kissed chocolate, and I'm feeling it. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, me and Source, we just like totally connected on some other level. And I was just so grateful, just so grateful to be the person to like help lift up humanity, help get us to this new world, help, you know, spread the truth about Jesus, the truth about sources. It's just and then like all that. So got up to the top of the mountain. I stayed up the top of the mountain. It probably was another like 40 minutes. I was up there just like baking in the sun and gratitude and all those things. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back down the mountain now. So I go back down the mountain and still don't find my phone. So, and this one man, he had an English accent. He's like, I'm from all over the world, and he had a beautiful accent. He's like, well, just try to call my phone. Try to call your phone, you know, from my phone. I was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, it's worth a shot. So just in case somebody picks it up or whatever. So I called it and nobody answered. And I told him, you know, thank you anyway. You know, it was so sweet of you to like even offer that. And I'm like walking everywhere, asking everyone, have you seen a purple phone? Have you seen a purple phone? And I was like, I guess Lord just wants me to release it. And I was like, okay. But now I'm thinking, then I forgot, like, as we were starting the trail, after I took the first video, I forgot that I had put my phone on do not disturb because I had spam calls coming in, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm not Saturday. I'm in my vibes. I'm not dealing with this right now." And so I put my phone on do not disturb, so no one can find my phone. And I really feel like this was all divine. And as I'm telling the story, you're gonna see why. So I get to the bottom of the mountain, and there's this woman named Miss Debbie. She's down there spreading the gospel, right? How do you believe in Jesus and all the things? And she said, "Well, do you believe in a heaven or a hell?" And I said, "Well," she said, "What happens to us when we die?" And I said, "Well, there's multiple dimensions." And she's like, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "Well, there's like 7 different realms that our soul goes through, before we get to full divinity. And as you're going through your levels, your timeline is playing, and you're looking at your life. And if there's anything that you did that offended other people or hurt other people or whatever, you look at it and you like, if you forgive yourself, you ascend to the next level. If you sit there in your guilt and your shame and your condemnation, reincarnation, you come back to earth and you learn that lesson. You keep doing that until you learn the lesson. So I'm explaining this to her, and she's like, "Where are you getting this information from?" And I said, "Well, I'm a messenger from God, like for real, I am, um, and so we started talking about sin. And I said, "Well, there's no such thing as sin. I mean, the Bible says that there are, but," and I was explaining to her, I said, "But the Bible has been manipulated by man. So it's not 100% accurate because people have taken things out, put things in, and I'm explaining all these things to her. And I was like, there was like the Council of Nicaea, and they took like a biblical text and they turned it into what they wanted it to be. I was like, there's really 80 books of the Bible. We only have access to 61. Why? And she's like, no, the divine text is 61 chapters. I said, no, it's 80. And I was I was telling her, I was like, we got into some other conversations. I'm not gonna say because I don't think the world's ready for it yet. But I was giving it to Miss Debbie, but I don't feel the world is ready for it yet. But I'm explaining all this stuff, and then she's like, "What do you mean there's no sin?" And I said, "Well, there isn't." She's like, "You never lied?" I said, "Of course I have." And she's like, "So that is you're a liar then?" I said, "No, I'm not a liar. I'm a child of God. The way God sees me is like that's my child, and she's perfect." And she's like, and I was telling her, you just have to forgive yourself because God, He's already forgiven you. There's nothing you can do to change it, that you're gonna change the way God loves you. He's gonna love you if you're a murderer, if you're a liar, if you're a cheater. He loves you no matter what. Like seriously. And she's like, if I lie, I'm a liar. I'm a liar. And I said, well, you're putting that judgment on yourself. But it's not God putting that judgment on you. You're putting that judgment on yourself because that's what you're taught. And I was like, but that's not the truth. The truth is God is love. And so she kept saying, if I lie, then I'm a liar. She said, what do you call me if I lied? And I said, you're a child of God. Miss Debbie, you're a child of God. And I kept telling her, you're a child of God. You're a child of God. And so she just said, you're breaking my heart. She's like, so all this is a lie? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, people have distorted I was like, even what Jesus came here to do, the Bible distorts it totally. I was like, and so we're going through that, and so yeah, she's like, so Jesus, there's so much information happened in this, and people are literally like looking at us because I'm like debating I'm debating her in love because I want you to get it, Miss Debbie. You're out here already spreading the gospel. Let's just go ahead and spread the love, right? She's like, what about Revelation? I'm like, why are you so concentrated on Revelation? And like, it's not gonna be like Jesus coming down from the sky and there's just like fire and brim, and it's not gonna be like that. I was like, the new earth is a new level of consciousness. And that's like, you're living in the old world. You're doing the things of the old world. You got to dig deeper past what the Bible says, because Jesus talks in parables because people can't handle the truth. So he has to speak in parables, but the parables are not literal. Like, he's talking about something else. He's talking about consciousness, but he's putting it into parables. So people will, because that's why he says those with ears to hear will know. But so it's like, but he would break it down to his disciples when they were like together. I'm like, but there's so many gospels that have been taken out. We have like the Gospels of Jubilee, the book of Enoch, the chapter with Mary Magdalene. She's in there too, and she's not a hoe. She's not a prostitute. She's like a divine woman, But Constantine said that she's a prostitute, so everyone calls her a prostitute now. So it's just like all these things, and so Miss Debbie was like, so I was telling her, she's like, where are you getting this stuff from? I said, it's channeled from God. Like, it's channeled straight from God. Like, that's it, and just like, Paul, he did a lot of those channeled messages from God. They're channeled straight from God. And everyone has access to it. Everyone can communicate with God. It's just that you have to tap in. Like, you got to tap in to do it. Like, you got to like actually like set your intention on doing it. But everyone can do it. Everyone has the power to do it. It's just about like you just diving into it. Like, I kind of just like dove into it, and I just like for years, like I've been going through like a lot for years, and just trying to, and then I mean, but the biggest teaching is work on yourself. Jesus says the kingdom of God is in you. Even Ephesians, it says, I can do exceedingly and abundantly above all that I can ask or think or imagine, according to the power that works in you. That's the power the same power that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. So you are your own creator, good, bad, whatever. You are your own. Because me and Miss Debbie went through that. We after it ended, I'm like, I love you, Miss Debbie, and you're gonna see when you transition, you'll see what I mean. And I just left it like that. I said, but I love you, and she was like, I love you too, Tamara, and I kept walking to my car, like another couple miles to my car. And so I'm like, how am I going to get home? Because I don't have my phone, so I don't have Waze or anything like that. And so I had to use like the navigation system in my car that I've never used before. And I put the address to my house in there so I can get to Verizon. So I get to Verizon. So I ordered a new phone, the Fold, and that's what I'm on right now. I ordered the new phone August 31st. It got delivered to my old address September 3rd. As soon as I saw that it got delivered, I called Verizon and said, hey, y'all delivered it to the wrong place. They're like, okay, it wasn't signed for. And so I'm thinking that the carrier must still, I mean, like the delivery guy must still have it if it hasn't been signed for. So I kind of just let this time pass, but since now I don't have a phone at all, I'm like, hey, what can I do? And like, so I'm in there with them, and these people are telling, I'm like, I need to walk out of here with a phone. That's all I need. I just need to walk out of here with a phone. And they're like, well, your next bill is going to be like $400 if we add a line. I couldn't understand it. I'm about to walk away from Verizon. I've been with Verizon since 2005. And I'm like, where am I going to go? And I'm thinking AT&T and T-Mobile. And I literally start tearing up. I'm like, what am I... what am I gonna do? And so I literally drive to my old house. I drive to my old house, which was only 15 minutes away. I thought it was further than that, but it was 15 minutes away from the Verizon that I was at. So I put my old address into the GPS, drove over there, ring the doorbell, and then like this white lady pops out, and she's like, hey, well, she left me at the door for a while, and her dog kept barking, but I saw the lights on, I saw her car outside, so I'm like, somebody has to be home, the lights are on and everything. So I ring the doorbell again, so she opens the door, and I'm like, hey. She's like, how can I help you? I was like, I used to live here a long, long, long time ago, but a cell phone for Verizon was delivered here. So I'm just coming to pick it up. And she says, I took it to the store. I took it to Verizon. And I'm like, she said the Verizon on Bells Ferry and the Target parking lot. So I'm trying to figure out, because I haven't been in this area literally since 2018. So I'm thinking Bells Ferry's in Kennesaw, and I'm trying to like do all these calculations in my head. And then there's like a Target like right up the street, like that's Sandy Plains. And she's like, either Johnson Ferry or Bells Ferry. And I said, well, I just left Johnson Ferry. And they told me, and she's like, oh, and she's like, it's 1401 Johnson Ferry. That's what it is. And then it's in the Target parking lot. So I went back there, tell them, hey, I went to her house. She said she delivered it here. So then they go to the back, and then they're trying to find the package, and they're like, it must have been sent to the warehouse. And then I'm like about to start crying. I cry a lot, but it just helps me to get through things. I cry, I let it go, and then I keep moving, right? So I'm like, oh my God, like what if it never goes back to the warehouse? Because the manager that was at the store, she called like 2 or 3 other stores in Bells Ferry, to see, like one in Woodstock, one in Kennesaw, and some other store. And all of them said like no woman has walked in there with the phone. So I'm like, what if it never gets sent to the mailbox? And they're like, well, if you never received it, they will give you your money back, because I paid for it. I paid the sales tax for it to upgrade my phone back. So now I have to pay for so I was like, what if I just cancel it? What if I just cancel that line? Like, I feel like I just need to walk out of here with a cell phone. That's all I need. And they're like, well, actually, because I had like another line, because I do life insurance, and I have 2 lines to call people. So they're like, actually, we can port your current number to the other line. We'll delete the other line and give you a new number. Now my new bill is still going to be crazy. Like, it's still crazy, but they're like, once everything clears and you come out of the pending status, then we'll be able to give your money back, and and then things will eventually will normalize. But the first month is going to be a high bill. That's like a 400 something crazy, like is a crazy bill. So I'm like, okay, I just know God is working this out because He's giving me everything new. Like I have so many stories to tell you guys, but I have new furniture. I have a new bed set. Everything is new, right? I had a new debit card that got here like last because I just mysteriously lost. But God said I'm making everything new. So when I lost my phone, I'm like, okay, I'm about to get something new. But I had already planned to get something new. So I don't know why Source has to take such drastic measures to get things out of my hand. But I have like no access to my other phone at all. So now I have a brand new number, and all of my contacts are not in there. And yeah, because it got downloaded from Google, but then I got to download some from Verizon. I go to the Verizon cloud, and now it's connected to this new number. So I'm gonna have access to the old number. So when I do that, I'll be able to access the Verizon cloud from that number. And hopefully get my contacts back over because like my clients are in the phone. I'm just like, oh my god, like I just don't know. But yeah, so like 8 o'clock at night, I left my house at about 8 something yesterday morning, and I got back home at 8 o'clock at night. 8 o'clock. So I was so tired. I wanted to shower. I know I needed to eat because I haven't really ate all day. I had like a banana. I had a smoothie, and some nuts, and I think, yeah, that's it. Maybe 2 bananas. And so I'm like, I know I have to eat. I want to go to sleep, but I know I have to eat. So I took a shower. I went to Kroger and bought me a frozen pizza. I already had some turkey pepperoni. I just put it on the pizza. And I literally like laid down to watch Serendipity, which is a love story. And I'm a sucker for love. And so I put that on and went to sleep. Woke up this morning, served my babies in the nursery at church, and then I went to Verizon, and now I'm having more complications. Like I can't get into Facebook. That's why I have to do a video instead of going live. Like I wanted to go live, I have to do a video and just post it later. But I wanted to document this while it's fresh on my mind, and I didn't want it to be a couple days later when Facebook verifies my video selfie that I had to take them to get access to my account because my Facebook is still linked to my old phone that I don't have. And then my old phone is also connected to the authenticator that I don't have that's on my old phone. So like Facebook, we need to do something else besides like the email verification is enough. Like I don't understand why we got to go through all this authenticating stuff anyway. I mean, I know I turned it on, but I'm going to turn it off because this is a hassle when you lose your phone. I could have just gotten a one-time passcode and been done with this. And then I didn't want to create a new account. I'm like, I have like 2,000 followers now, and now I'm working with Source for Source. I'm working for Source, and I have to get a whole new like my Instagram and Facebook are connected together. So I was just like, no, I just have to take it the long way because I don't want to create a new account. So this is what I have to do. So if you don't see my prayers and stuff like that, that's why. But you won't know till a couple of days later. So this is my saying I'm fine, right? And I loved Stone Mountain Experience. Source, I don't understand why things have to happen the way that they do, but it happened, and I got my phone. It's on. I got the fold, so it folds up like a tablet. It's really dope. And so now I'm gonna go get some food, and I probably just have to go grocery shopping tomorrow because I don't see that. So I'm just gonna take us out with a. Oh, I should have done it on a pillow because it's like rocky on the table, but it's like. I love you guys so much, and thank you for listening to me. And I'm gonna be going live a lot, here in these days because we gotta get my followers up on Instagram and YouTube and all the things. But I feel like if people just start like seeing me, like y'all are gonna love me because I'm a really dope person. I want to say something else, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to put that much emphasis on it. I was gonna say a cuss word, but I'm not going to because kids may be listening. But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. And y'all have a fantabulous week, and stay positive. Think positive no matter what's going on. Like, just smile through it. That's what I do. I just smile. I cry and smile. So whatever works for you, do that. All right. Peace, y'all.